Blood on their hands, the deranged exhibition of stupidity and nonsense by those who support Hamas on college campuses in some cities. Very disturbing. Welcome. This is Dr. David D. Shine for a special episode of Saving America. Throughout the U.S., terrorists have fooled the gullible into thinking that Hamas is somehow a force for good, following the unthinkable and cowardly attack on babies, the elderly, and peaceful concert goers. Who is left on earth that is actually fooled? Well, protests in favor of Hamas in certain urban centers, including college campuses and even downtown Houston at City Hall, they reported 1,000 to 2,000 idiots out there and terrorist supporters in front of Houston City Hall last week, indicate that they are either terrorists or dummies running around. I attended the University of Pennsylvania during the time of the Vietnam War protests. As someone who has always opposed communism and repression of human spirit, I never understood the protests and sickness on that campus. I felt like a proverbial duck out of water, having come from a military family as well. Now, fast forward quite some decades, and we have a situation that a major donor to Penn has called on the administration to resign and for alumni to cut off all support until sanity returns. That person is Marc Rowan, who's the CEO of a very successful company, Apollo Global Management, who posted an op-ed. And from all places, this comes from CNN. Yes, not exactly a bastion of conservative thought. Quote, "Why is UPenn repeating the tragic mistakes of the past? Words of hate and violence must be met with clear, reasoned condemnation, rooted in morality from those in positions of authority," Rowan wrote. Rowan, whose fortune is estimated by Forbes to be nearly $6 billion, is one of the university's wealthiest donors and supporters. He chairs the board of advisors at the university's famed Wharton School and is the latest business leader to slam an Ivy League school over its handling of anti-Semitism in the wake of Hamas' deadly attack on Israel. This mirrored comments about the same time by Bill Ackman, a hedge fund billionaire who called for Harvard University to publicly release the names of students who belong to organizations that signed a letter blaming Israel for last weekend's deadly attack by Hamas. In what alternative universe is someone not a racist for wanting Jewish people to be killed and supporting the racists doing the slaughtering? As I said in a recent episode, this is an attack on civilization itself. Christians and other people of faith are not going to be far behind. Many forget that the Ku Klux Klan, the 3 Ks, stood for Blacks, Jews, and Catholics. That's right, folks, look it up. This is the new KKK. Instead of lynchings, they are slaughtering babies, children, and the elderly. Instead of white hoods, they wear masks on their face. The slaughter by Hamas is not limited to Israeli citizens. In addition to Americans, and there's an estimate of at least 24 already killed, in addition to 12 at least who are hostages, about 12 other countries have lost citizens in this senseless, racist violence. I agree with Mr. Rowan that alumni must shut down all donations to racist colleges. Further, they must refuse to hire those who are overt racist. Think about the exposure for employers who hire people this stupid and this racially biased in a time of ESG and DEI. Yes, let's make it really mean something. We, the American people and civilized people of all religions around the world, must unite to support the end of terrorism and such violent racism. This is Dr. David D. Shine. Thank you for joining me for this special episode of Saving America. I certainly welcome your feedback, and if you've enjoyed this episode, we encourage you to subscribe on your favorite platform.